In this video, I just wanted to discuss the use of the lapel mic, or sometimes we call it the lavalier mic. It's the mic that's put in some of the classrooms for the instructors to use. And I just want to talk about first just the care of this, because we all have to take such gentle care of this to make sure that they last. And of course, there's going to be a certain amount of wear and tear, and we are going to have to do some work on them at sometimes. But this is really important to take good care of these and treat them very, very gingerly. Now, we find them in the drawer at the instructors' podiums, and hopefully it's just wrapped very, very gently. So the first thing we'll do is just take this apart. Hopefully it unravels, and I just want to show you first, this connection here is probably the most fragile part of it. If we bend this, if we put too much pressure on it, and if we break this connection here, this will mean that we have to send this in for repair, or hopefully that we wouldn't do so much damage that it would need to be replaced. But this is really something that we need to be careful of at all times. Now, this entire cord is very fragile. If you look at it, it's so thin. We don't want to put any hard crinks in them, in that, if we bend it, and if I force that, or made it go in a bad direction, that could do some damage to the sound as well. But very carefully, we want to put this on. We want to have it as high and as center as we can. So since we wear these name tags, I like to put mine on here, and I just clip it on both of the sides, and it holds it really, really well, very close to the mouth. And being that it's center, see, if I put a lapel pin over here or over here, it gets really good on this side, and then as you turn your head away, it gets weaker. If we keep it in the center, it keeps pretty consistent. And let's remember also that these mics are helped to support the voice. They're not made so that it will just suddenly fill this room with so much sound. We've got to project, of course, as instructors, and this will support it and make it better. Now, after we have it on, right now, these mics are most normally muted, and you can see the word mute right on this side, and this is pushed over toward mute. To have it work, push that to the other side. You'll see the light will change to a darker green. And I don't know if you can hear through this, but now the sound is on in the entire classroom. So you project with this on, everybody will be able to hear you well. If during a break you want to mute it, just push it back the other way, the light will change to the lighter color, and the sound will turn off in the room. And then to turn it back on again, just turn it the other way, the light turns darker green, and the sound is working in the room. Now, what do you do with this? Well, I suggest putting it on your body somehow so that this does not get a lot of pressure again. So I think these pockets are really good. You can put it there, and that keeps it nice and free. You can put it in a jacket pocket. You can put it in a side jacket pocket. Even sometimes in the back pocket, if you're not going to sit down, that can work. What I think we don't want to do, and it doesn't make sense because this is a belt clip, and you'd think that it'd be good to put it on a belt, but those of us that have a little bit of extra padding at the waist to the muffin top, if we put it on the belt clip, our excess, I'll call it, pushing against this can do some damage to the microphone. So I always tell people, try not to use it on your belt clip, maybe at best in the very, very back where it wouldn't get a lot of pressure on it. And then, of course, we just have to be careful with it. I also just want to show you, I do want to mention, it's a temptation to use this mic because this mic is great. It's a temptation to walk around with this and bring this and hand it to our classmates to speak with it. It's not a good idea. These are not meant to be handled like a handheld mic is. These are very, very fragile. So I would not use this to pass it around and have the class ask questions on these, as tempting as this is, because the sound is so good. I would just say let's not do that anymore. The last thing you want to do at the end of your class also then is to simply to put this away. First you want to mute it. So it's muted now. It's a yellow or a light green. You want to make sure that you're holding this in such a way that there's some slack here. And then very gingerly, wrap your cord all the way around this. And it takes several times around, but nice and loose, nothing too hard. And then we take this apart. We take this off of our clip, of course. I'll edit this part out where I struggle with it. And so then we gently put this back into the drawer at the instructor's podium, and then the cord is in there, and we just simply plug it back in here. It goes in pretty easily, and then what you do is just leave it in there so it charges for the next day. All right, I hope that's helpful.